This is the Ring Review. I am Mission Smith, and I am here with Timothy Thatcher. How you doing?
All right, sir. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm so glad that you're here to talk with us today. I mean, we've watched you do some great things in the ring. So I'm just going to jump in and ask you,
Yes,
what
sir.
was it like to be a part of NXT?
For me, I got lucky because I started with NXT 1 month before COVID hit. So if I had not done that, I would have been in some deep trouble because all my work was pretty much international before then. So I will always be very grateful for my time in NXT. They treated me very well. Yeah, but an incredible experience. But once again, during COVID, so a very bizarre experience.
So it was pretty crazy to do it towards a time where everything was shut down, right?
Yeah, when I debuted on NXT television was in front of no people. It was an empty building.
Oh my
so
goodness.
very, very strange.
So in a business where we need like audience interaction, you got nothing.
That was how I started. Empty building, sir.
Man, so tell me, like, doing that type of programming and that type of wrestling and that type of entertainment with no fans, how did you do it? How did you look so great in the ring? What was it? What was the ingredient?
Well, thankfully, when the fans there or not, they usually make the same amount of noise for my matches anyway. So I'm used to the silence during the go. So that didn't throw me off too much.
I don't believe it, but go ahead.
Oh, that's too kind. But thankfully for me, in the way that I view professional wrestling, is my focus is always the person across the ring. So that doesn't change whether the audience there or not. Now, it's wonderful to have the audience there and to hear them and feel the energy and all that stuff. But if they're not there, I'm still focused to beat the snot out of the guy across the way. So that doesn't change.
No, I understand.
Whether there's anyone in the building or not, I'm having the same fight.
Hey, and we had the same fun watching. Now, can you tell us what opponents that you did have in that time that really gave you a run for your money?
Well, I started off, so I had quite the go at the beginning. Myself and Matt Riddle ended up having a fight pit pretty early from when I went there. I had some brutal matches with Oni Lorcan as well at the time. I've known both of those guys for quite a while because we wrestled a lot before we got to NXT. And then I ended up having some pretty rough matches with Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh, boy.
And then thankfully he decided we were better on the same side than we were across from the ring because I think those definitely caused me to lose a lot of the hair that's gone now. So, Riddle made me break more teeth and Tommaso made me lose more hair.
So there's the stress.
That's how it goes. Oof.
Well, can you tell me, okay, well, let's go on the opposite. Who do you feel was just such an easy match for you?
Oh, and they're never easy.
Right, there it is.
I look this way from years of stupidity, and it's not because stuff goes well for me usually. It's usually because I lead with my face. So, I prefer it where it's difficult. That's the idea of this, right? If it was easy, then, who wants an off night?
And as you said, before that run, international was your kickoff.
Yeah.
So tell us, it's like how you got started. What made you want to be here?
So the short version, sir, is I never wanted to be a professional wrestler. I got drafted. So I lived in Sacramento, California for a long time. There's a small company there called Supreme Pro Wrestling. And I was writing for a newspaper at the time, and they wanted me to do a story on a local business, which, hey, independent wrestling, Supreme Pro Wrestling's been around for 4 years at the time that this happened. That's an interesting local business in Sacramento. So I went and talked to Big Ugly J.D. Bishop, who was the head trainer at the time. I don't know if you're aware of Titus Alexander is making around. So he's Titus's father.
Okay.
I used to wrestle Titus Alexander when he was 6 years old when we were training. So
Wow.
he would beat me up for an hour before training would start. And then we'd start training. But I digress. So when I finished interviewing him and talking about the company that he had made and ran for 4 years at the time, Sacramento, I said, hey, you guys need any help with anything? As in, I'm coming to all your shows. Can I get in without paying? What do I have to do to get in so I don't have to? It's like, well, you can set up the ring. Great, yeah, I'll do that. And he was like, we need referees. And I was like, oh, I'd love to be a pro wrestling referee. I was a long, skinny man at the time. I didn't look like anything. So I was like, that'd be great. And so I thought, well, I'll do that for a couple of years, say that was fun, then move on with my life. He said, okay, but if you're going to be a referee, you've got to come to training every day and you do everything. I said,
our work pays off.
Yeah, I said, no problem. I definitely do it. So I was doing that. I was refereeing at small Northern California independents all over the place, a couple other ones, and about 9 months in, and he said, you're going to have your first match next month. I said, what? And he said, you're picking it up too well. So you're going to start being a wrestler. I said, okay. Now,
that's thrown in there.
Now, there's two ways we can look at this, and the truth maybe falls in between. The first way is the romanticized way. He sees something in me. Oh, this guy, he really believes in me. He thinks I can do it. I'm going to do it. Or two, he's paying to be trained as a ref, which is a lot cheaper than paying to train as a referee,
right.
Or as a wrestler. And he's showing up every single day, and he's doing all this stuff. I bet we could get more money out of him. So it's probably somewhere in between. But in the end, I'm very, very glad they did, because I've had a wonderful adventure.
And here at the Ring Review, we're very glad that you did too.
Oh, thank you.
When we heard that you were going to be here at CCW for tonight, we were like, oh, we definitely have to dig in and get this story. But let me ask you this: how did that happen? How did you end up here at City Championship Wrestling?
So I wrestled another wonderful Michigan man named Alex Shelley.
Okay. Yeah.
And afterwards, the match seemed to go quite well, and he said, I know this place. So he got me in contact, and here we go. A couple months later, here I am, sir.
And tonight, Timothy is going against CCW's own heavyweight champion, Freedom Ramsey. And we're looking forward to a great match. We just wanted a few minutes with you, and we thank you for coming on the Ring Review. And we thank you for doing what you did for the interview.
Oh, you keep going. I appreciate it.
So if there's anything you want to tell the fans before we go, anything that they should look forward to seeing from you, anything like that we can look forward to seeing from you?
Well, tonight Mr. Ramsey is going to need all the luck he can, right?
Right.
He's the champion, good for him. Right. But maybe not so much after tonight. Maybe I'll let you see a lot more of me in Michigan after tonight.
Listen, you heard it first, because, hey, here at the Ring Review, we get the exclusive, and tonight, we might have a new champ. So y'all better keep watching.